In residual Andhra Pradesh, when these two parties fight it out, there are several issues that the people of Andhra Pradesh are actually trying to understand. One is they don't have a capital. Secondly, what is going to happen to the support that the center was supposed to provide for residual Andhra Pradesh? Thirdly, when it comes to the development of certain regions, still there is no clarity upon this. Despite all this, this is the mainstream news that is taking up. Why is it that none of these parties focused on any of the three aspects that affect the people of Andhra Pradesh?
Chandrababu Naidu has focused and he wanted to develop Amaravati as the state capital. And he started building secretariat, then assembly and all. And then he labeled them as temporary secretariat, temporary assembly. So he made that as a temporary capital. That was used by Jagan Reddy because they have their own charge and allegation that Chandrababu Naidu is trying to create the capital there with a deep-rooted interest, personal and political interest, and Jagan's party did not agree with that capital. Initially, they approved of it, but after that, they did not agree to that capital, and they were, head over heels to move it off the Amaravati and then create three capitals, which is a new concept. I don't know. India has two capital system, but not three capital system in multiple states. This is one. And second thing, as you rightly said, it is politically motivated. But Jagan Reddy's cases are now stale. Even if Chandrababu Naidu and the TDP and the media supporting them, they keep on crooning about it. It's all stale and everyone knows what it is. And after the cases only, once he lost, he came almost to the power, but lost the election in 2014 and 2019. He did his Padayatra and he got the popular endorsement. So Jagan Reddy's cases are not going to hold any water, and this is a fresh case, and this they will try to amplify and blow out of proportions, and how much of it is true we don't know. And like I also don't know how much of the charges against Jagan Reddy were true. So same way, I am also not sure how many of these charges are, whether Chandrababu Naidu was actually involved in this. I really don't know. Let the law take its own course. So, and yeah, Andhra Pradesh is in a disarray.
To Murli also is that, in a state, I think and for a state like Andhra Pradesh, the thing is actually cut out. The state has no capital. The state's political structure is working from different parts of the districts of the state. There is no direction. There is a question about development. There is a question about the shock that the people of Andhra Pradesh have to come out. None of this is being addressed. Both the political parties have made it their personal ego battle in this. So at the end of the day, the issues that have to be spoken about is also intertwined with regards to the ego clashes of these two gentlemen. So where is the common Andhra person actually going to be represented? He's not, of course, the other marginal parties are not involved in this at all, so they are going to keep quiet about it. But the prominent parties seem to be just at the loggerheads of these two factors. So do you think there is a direction of thought in that?
Yeah, actually, when you said there is no financial capital, there is no capital in Andhra Pradesh, I would say that it's not just the political capital. There is no financial resources as a capital.
As a state, a capital becomes the first identity of a state. It doesn't exist.
Perfect. Perfect. I'm just trying to say that one is the political capital, the other is more of a financial resources as capital to fund the development in the state. So today it's almost a bankrupt state. It's on the threshold of with all the freebies that has been happening. There is very little money for the development. And today, if let's face it. Jagan was mentioning about the three capital scenario about several years back, and till today nothing concrete has come, which means that they're just whiling away the time. If somebody is dedicated on development of the state, then he would take a concrete decisions and move on. Now here the question is on moving on is only on one aspect: how to retain the next term. And the same case is with the TDP and the trio parties, where they want to use us from the Jagan and get into the field. So in this conflicts, or in this kind of scenario, the common man in Andhra Pradesh is totally there are two segments of people who are there in Andhra today. One is the one who is really worried about what's going to happen, and the second guy is that, it doesn't matter to him because he gets everything free, and he doesn't have to work. So he's getting everything on the platter, and if he were, there's no need for him to work. And when people have this concept of not to work, where is the question of the development? Now, this is a basic question that people of Andhra should do a self introspection, that free money today is worth safeguard tomorrow or the day after or 10 years from today. No. So that's something which they have. And today, let's face it, even the land prices, which was at a sky high earlier on 5 years back, today the land prices in Andhra is come to a basic minimum level, which means that there is no, even if I have a resource of a land pool, I cannot do anything because I cannot capitalize it in any way. So
Right.
this is the kind of a financial struggle that the guys are going through. And no wonder why, half of the guys who are educated there, they move out of Andhra and they go elsewhere and
Right,
start
right,
living it.
right, Mr. Murli, and thank you, Mr. Sai Shekhar, for in fact joining us. The question that we need to be asking is this: that when it comes to the aspect of Andhra Pradesh has suffered the issue about bifurcation. It has lost out on its capital, and then you have two men who are supposed to give direction to the political stability of Andhra Pradesh, fighting it out, slugging it out, making it an issue between both of them. Now, after this particular arrest, questions of corruption allegations flying from one side to the other, the big question that the people Andhra Pradesh should be asking is this: what about their development? What about their capital? What about their identity? These are three things that they should seriously ask about it, and probably come to an answer to tell the people who are playing politics at the moment, some the victim card, the other who's trying to say that they're just going behind corruption, that at the end of the day, these are the three questions that stands, and that is what needs to be answered.